Hey guys, it's Coach Tim here, Wesley Chapel Jiu-Jitsu. I'm with my good friend and the first student of Wesley Chapel Jiu-Jitsu, Greg. He's actually a U.S. Army combat veteran, so always glad to have a couple of vets on the mat. Today, we're gonna show some techniques or some alternatives or variations that I like to call anti-jiu-jitsu. And not that I am an anti-jiu-jitsu guy. I love jiu-jitsu, I love grappling, I love submissions, but the first thing I always tell my students, especially when we're dealing with real world street fighting scenarios, is I don't want to be grappling on the ground. I don't want to be committed to rolling around on the street. So with that said, if Greg's on his back and I've taken him down, one thing you see in jiu-jitsu a lot from this position is with the arm up, they step over, they fall back, pinch your knees, and get an arm bar. Now that's great, I can hurt his arm, I can end the fight, but if this is on the street, I'm gonna end up with my back on the street as well. Cars driving by, people with beer bottles, syringes on the ground, that's not where I wanna be. So I'm gonna show you two very quick alternatives that we can do from here. The first is gonna be a traditional Japanese Taiho Jitsu or a traditional JuJitsu technique. The second one is going to be a Korean Hapkido or Korean Jiu-Jitsu technique. So the first one, I'm still up, I've got his arm up, I'm literally going to step over and ride my shin across, which makes him turn. My back stays on. Here, I step over, my shin rides him across, my knees on, I turn both my knees on him, that way I'm not getting him hurt in broken glass and cement. Both my knees are here and I can finish. From here I step, ride. The second one is Hapkido. Cool thing about Hapkido, sometimes it looks like magic the way you can make people flip. So from here, I'm gonna cross over and grab. I'm gonna reverse my stance and I'm gonna put pressure on him. He turns for me. I step, I cross, my knee stayed on him, he turned for me. So one more time, from this side, I step, pull, my leg came across, I'm on. Or from here, I step, I turn, big circle, oh look at that, he stood up for me, and I can take him down. Two quick alternatives that keep me from falling on the ground, keep me from getting hurt on the ground. Thanks, guys.